Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Daily Gospel Reflections for Saturday in the fifth week in the Ordinary Time. Gospel according to Mark chapter 8, verses 1 to 10. We have this beautiful passage of the multiplication of bread. As there was a great crowd without anything to eat, Jesus called his disciples and said to them, I have compassion for the crowd because they have been with me now for 3 days and have nothing to eat. If I send them away hungry to their homes, they will faint on the way, and some of them have come from a great distance. Now look at how Jesus, so human. We know that Jesus was fully human, fully divine. But in this first part of the gospel, Jesus identifies himself with the crowd. We can just imagine they were longing to listen to Jesus. They were wanting to see Jesus. And here they were hungry, but they refused to leave. Now you can just imagine in our modern society, if there was a big gathering, people would certainly leave that crowd if they were hungry. But here we can see the attachment they had for Jesus. And Jesus understood fully that they cannot be sent away because they were hungry, and he had compassion. And another thing we note here, he was certain that some of them would faint on the way. Now, Jesus is full of compassion, so human, so much filled with concern for others. Difference throughout the Gospels we find that is where Jesus' humanity vibrates. We understand Jesus' concern and care. So it is not only preaching, teaching a doctrine, Jesus was fully involved, understanding their emotions and feelings, and even their hunger. So, when Jesus said this, his disciples replied, How can one feed these people with bread here in the desert? But then Jesus asked them, How many loaves do you have? They said 7. And Jesus immediately ordered the crowd to sit down on the ground, and he took the 7 loaves, and after giving thanks, he broke them and gave them to his disciples to distribute. And they distributed them to the crowd. They had also a few small fish, and after blessing them, he ordered that these too should be distributed. All were satisfied, and at the end, they collected the leftover 7 baskets full. Dear friends, when we look at this gospel passage, we find the entire thing is so Eucharistic. Eucharistic in the sense it is not only celebrating the Eucharist, participating in the Eucharist. It is Eucharistic in the sense there is involvement of the Word and also distribution of bread, satisfaction of the soul, satisfaction of the body. So when we come to the Eucharistic celebration, it is a nourishment for the whole human person. It is nourishment for our souls. It is nourishment for our body too. So that is the meaning of Eucharist, where Jesus gives himself completely. Jesus has compassion on us. And on our part, our celebration of the Holy Eucharist should be a moment for transformation to become like Christ. And that invites us over and over again to deepen our understanding of this mystery of the Holy Eucharist. Now, when we look at Jesus' compassion on the crowd, it's also an invitation to all of us. When we receive the Holy Eucharist, there should be an inner transformation to have that same compassion of Jesus, which we should show to those people who are around us. Now, One of the things that should always inspire us to participate in the Holy Eucharist, celebrate the Holy Eucharist, is to strengthen ourselves. So Jesus is the Word of the Father. So He has that strength, and He shares that strength through this miraculous multiplication of bread and fish. In the same way, when we receive the grace in the Holy Eucharist, it should be a moment for us to go out and share that grace of the Holy Eucharist with all those people who feel weak. And that is where we understand the multiplication of bread. The grace we receive, we share it with others, and that's how many people are enriched through the Eucharistic celebration and Eucharistic participation. God bless you.